Hi everybody. In this video, we're going to look at using the method of completing the square to solve quadratic identities. We'll work through 5 questions, and if you want to work along with me, you can download this PDF from my website. I'll leave a link below. In example 1, we've been given x squared minus 8x plus 6 can be written in this form. So we're told this is identical to x minus p squared plus q. We need to work out the values of p and q. So the way we can do this, if we expand out this bracket, x minus p squared, this will be that multiplied by itself. You can see we'll have x squared minus xp minus another xp plus for p squared and plus for q. We can simplify this. We've got x squared minus 2xp plus the p squared plus q. And we know this is identical to the left-hand side. I want to focus on this negative 2xp term. What term do you think this would equal on the left-hand side? This negative xp term would match up with the x term on the left-hand side. So negative 8x would be equal to the negative 2xp term. And we can divide both sides by x. So negative 8 must equal the negative 2p. So p must equal positive 4. So if p equals 4, then we have p squared plus q will equal the constant term on the left-hand side. This will be the 6th. So 6 will equal p squared plus q. So q must equal negative 10. So this method is when you make the right-hand side look like the left-hand side. It's often easier to go the other way. And this is when we know the p term will be half of this coefficient of x. So I'll show you what I mean. If we have x minus the p term, so half of negative 8 will be negative 4 squared. And when you expand this out, we get x squared minus 8x plus 16. But we don't want this positive 16. What we want is a positive 6. So we have to take away 10 from it. So again, you can see x squared minus 8x plus 6 will equal x minus 4 squared, which is this bit here, minus this 10. So it depends on you whether you want to make the right-hand side look like the left-hand side by equating the x term and the constants, or if you want to use completed the square to make this side look like the right-hand side. Let's try question 2. Okay, so for example 2, I'm going to use the method of completing the square. So if we have x squared minus 12x plus 21, we need to halve this coefficient of x. So in our brackets, we'll have x minus 6 squared. And when we expand this out, we've got x minus 6 multiplied by itself. So x squared minus the 6x minus another 6x plus the 36. So we do get the x squared minus 12x. We want this part here. But what you don't want is 36. Instead, we want 21. So we need to take away 15. When you take 15 away from a 36, we get the 21. So the completed square form will be x minus 6 squared, take away that 15. So you can see that a will be equal to a 6, this a term here, and the b will be negative 15, okay? And just to check, I'll show you the other way. If we've got x minus a squared plus b, we'll have x squared minus ax minus another ax plus the a squared plus b. So x squared minus 2ax plus a squared plus b. the negative 2ax will equal the negative 12x. So a must equal 6. And for the constant terms, a squared plus b must equal the 21. So b must equal negative 15. So you get the same answer either way. I often find it's easier to use this purple method by completing the square. Let's try question 3. So do you want to try question 3 yourself? You can use either method. You can pause the video and come back when you're ready. Okay, so I'll come back if you want to go. So I'm going to use the method of completing the square. We'll halve this coefficient of x. So we've got x minus 3 squared. And when you expand this out, we have x squared minus 6x plus 9. So we need to take away this 9. Now we'll get us back to what we have here. Now we need to take away this 8. So we'll have x minus 3 squared minus 17. So you can see that p will be equal to 3 and q will be equal to negative 17. How did you get on with that? Question 4 is a bit more tricky because if you notice we don't have an x squared term. Now we've got 2x squared. To use the method of completing the square, we need an x squared term. So we have to factor out this 2. So if we factor out 2, we'll have x squared minus 6x minus 5 over 2. And this will be identical to p lots of x minus q squared minus r. We'll leave this 2 alone for now and we'll complete the square from this bracket. So 2 multiplied by x minus 3 squared. We'll need to take away the 9. And then we need this negative 5 over 2. The easiest thing we can do here is to write this 9 as the common denominator with this fraction. So we'll write the 9 as 18 over 2. So it's still 9, it's just has a common denominator. So we can simplify this. 2 lots of x minus 3 squared minus negative 18 take away 5 will give us negative 23 over 2. And now we can expand out this bracket. So we'll have 2 lots of x minus 3 squared. And when you multiply the 23 over 2 by this 2, the 2's will cancel and you've got negative 23. So we'll match up the terms. P will equal 2, Q will equal 3, and R will equal negative 23. Let's try question 5. So do you want to try this question yourself? If you're using the method of completing the square, remember you need to factor out this 2. You can pause the video and come back when you're ready. Okay, so welcome back if you had a go. If we factor out the 2, we'll have x squared minus 8x plus 3 over 2. Now we'll use completing the square from this bracket. So 2 multiplied by x minus 4 squared. We'll need to take away the 16. And then we need to add back in this 3 over 2. We need a common denominator here. So I'll write the negative 16 as negative 32 over 2. So we'll have 2 multiplied by x minus 4 squared minus the 29 over 2. And now we can just expand out this bracket. So 2 multiplied by x minus 4 squared minus that 29. How did you get on with that? So question 6 is more challenging. What is different about this compared to the other questions? So it's a fact we've got a negative x squared term, but the idea is still the same. If we factor out negative 3, we'll get an x squared term, so we can use completing the square. Do you want to give this question a go yourself? Okay, so welcome back if you had a go. I'll write 3x squared plus 12x plus 7. I find it easier in this form. We'll factor out the negative 3. We'll have x squared minus 4x minus 7 over 3. We'll complete the square for this quadratic. So negative 3 x minus 2 squared. We'll take away the 4. Then we'll subtract that 7 over 3. To give that a common denominator, I'll write the 4 as 12 over 3. We can simplify this. So x minus 2 squared minus 19 over 3. And now we need to expand out the bracket. So negative 3 lots of x minus 2 squared. And a negative will make a positive. This 3 will cancel with this one. So we've got positive 19. And to write it in a form we've been given, 19 minus 3 lots of x minus 2 squared. So a is 19, b is negative 3, and c is negative 2. How did you get on with that? Well, thank you for watching. If you want more practice on this topic, you can download the worksheet and view the online lesson from my website. I'll leave a link in the description below.